Howdy, howdy, good morning. Sorry for the delay. I brewed myself a coffee and then I put it down somewhere. And I haven't figured out where that was yet. So I brewed myself a second coffee. So I'm just gonna have a surprise cold coffee later. whenever I stumble across it. It can't be. This place isn't that big. So I was like, where did I put it? It wasn't in my bedroom. It wasn't. See you in an hour, Garrett. It wasn't in my bedroom. It's not in here. It wasn't in my kitchen. It's the Owl's coffee now. It wasn't in my living room. I really don't know where I put it. I mean, I don't mind surprise coffee. I'm definitely one of those, you'll open a game case a year from now and find it. I'm definitely one of those people. So I like both coffee and tea a lot. I used to drink more tea than coffee, but then like I didn't start drinking coffee really heavily until I worked in games, because then it became like a requirement to like keep going. I was really bad with coffee in games. Even within like everyone where I worked drank a lot of coffee because we all worked really long hours. And a lot of us also like worked at home, and so our sleep wasn't super good, and so it was sort of a office joke that we all drank too much coffee. But I was probably the worst. There were days where I would drink between like 7 and 11 cups of coffee throughout the day, and then eventually I was like, that's probably too much. So now I try and cap myself. I don't cap myself hours wise. I know there's people who are like, I won't drink coffee after 5 p.m. or whatever because it'll keep me awake. But I don't do that. Like, I can drink coffee any time of the day and it doesn't keep me awake. And I really like late night coffee, but I cap myself at like 2 cups in the morning and 2 cups in the morning and then like 1 later in the day. I can cap out at 3 cups because now it makes me feel like I'm on a roller coaster if I have more than that. I don't know how I did it before. I don't know how past Maple survived that. Yeah. The caffeine doesn't like keep me awake if I want to take a nap, because that's the other thing is, especially on weekends, I take naps during the day a lot just because I like it. I'll probably take a nap after this stream. And I always have coffee before I do, and it doesn't do anything. But I used to drink a lot of tea, more tea than coffee. I sort of swapped over to being more of a coffee person. But for a long time, I was a big like tea person, and I drank. I like all types of tea. I like green tea, and I like black tea, and I like herbal tea, and like floral tea, and tea that's a little bit more. I don't know if you like. This is probably really specific, but like Disneyland has a special like tea set. It's called like the Mad Hatter's like tea set or whatever, and it has a bunch of flavors in it, and all the flavors are really good, and they're all like, there's some that are really fruity and some that are really like herby. They're all really good, but I drink all types of tea. And I used to drink a lot of tea, like just like a constant drip. but I'm definitely one of those people that would like carefully brew myself a cup of tea. I would be like, okay, like this tea says I need to steep it for 2 minutes. Steep it for 2 minutes and then take it out. I gotta do that or it'll start getting a little bitter. And I don't mind bitter tea, but like this is a fruity tea, so it's supposed to be really fruity, so I gotta like put the timer on. And so I would do that, and I would really carefully prepare my tea, and then I would put it down in front of me and I would start playing like a game that I intended to sip my tea while I played, and then I would look up like 3 hours later and I was like, the tea is cold. So I don't know. Now I'm in the mood for tea. But I'll drink my coffee first. I'll start with my coffee. A tea scientist, yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes I'm a tea scientist, and other times I was like, yeah, I'll be careful about it, and I would put the bag in, and it would be like a long steep, and I would be like, okay, I'll remember to take it out, and then I would look up after like 30 minutes, and I'd be like, shit. This is gonna be so bitter, and I don't mind bitter tea, but that's not how this tea is supposed to taste. But I would drink it anyway, because I'm not gonna waste it. I'm trying to remember what extras. So this is Dragon Age Inquisition. So this is the third game in the series. A lot of the stuff that I covered yesterday in the lore stream is sort of based off of information that we get in this game. This game has a lot of reveals, especially in the DLCs. And at the end, how do you take your coffee? I take it black. I never put anything in my coffee. I do fancy tea lattes, so if I go to like a cafe, I'll be like, oh, well, I like London fog lattes, and I like chai tea lattes if you put vanilla in them, and I like matcha lattes. But all the lattes I like tend to be tea. I'm trying to think if there's any that aren't tea. But then when it's coffee, I'm just like, no, I just want it black, no milk, no sugar. I don't want none of that in there. I need this to hit with no extras. Ever had a coffee milk tea? Yeah, I used to drink quite a bit of coffee milk tea in Japan when I lived there. I drank a lot of royal milk tea as well. I was a big milk tea person. But yeah, so this is the third game in the series. It's kind of interesting because there's actually a multiplayer mode, and I have tried it out before. It's kind of, I don't know what you would call it. It's kind of like a dungeon crawler. It's PvE, and you have like it's more like class-based than character-based, but the classes happen to correspond to characters that you unlock. So you have like a bard and a tank and everything, and so you guys can like build a party, and it's not like Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, actually. That would be cool. I played way too much of the multiplayer in Mass Effect 3. I was like an enthusiast for a long time. It was like all I did. But it's like a dungeon crawler. So you go through areas and you fight darkspawn. It's mostly darkspawn. I think sometimes there's spirits and stuff, but you find treasure and equipment and stuff like that. And then I think you split the spoils at the end. But it was kind of cool. Like, and I actually played it by myself a few times, but it is not. Wake up, Moose voice is rough. It's not like meant to be played alone. Like, as soon as I got out of the tutorial stages and the starting stages, it was like impossible to clear a level by myself. And I was like, okay, I clearly need to play this with other people. And so I tried matchmaking online, and nobody is playing it. So I was like, okay, I guess I won't play it then. It's not solo friendly, no. Yeah, I really love the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. I played that a lot when it first came out. I was like really obsessed and played it constantly, and like really, I loved unlocking new stuff. I actually, it's kind of, I was gonna say it's a funny story, but it's like kind of like a harrowing. It's not that harrowing actually. It's like, so when Mass Effect 3 first came out, I'm sure you guys remember, if you're Mass Effect fans, that a big deal at the time was the Galactic Readiness Scale. So in your game, there's basically a scale for galactic readiness. And if you wanted to take on the last mission, the scale, there were sort of two things you needed to hit. You had to hit the minimum amount of galactic readiness to actually take on the final mission. Because if you tried to do the final mission under a certain amount of galactic readiness, they were basically like, nah, like it's gonna fail. So you just couldn't take it on. But then if you wanted like the best ending, you had to have a certain amount of galactic readiness. So you had to have, and it was very high. It was like almost 100%. Yeah, so a lot of it was locked behind multiplayer, because multiplayer helped boost your galactic readiness. Galactic readiness was also, you could boost it with like side quests in the game, but it would also, it decayed over time. I think they've taken that out. I think they took the decay out, because that was really stupid. But something else that they did was an app. They made an app that you could basically send out like recon missions and stuff from your phone app, and it helped boost your galactic readiness. And I think it gave you some items for in the game, like for crafting and stuff like that. But I, at the time, like right after Mass Effect 3 came out, I was obsessed with trying to get my galactic readiness up because I wanted the best ending. And it just so happened that I was on a trip with some friends, like right after it came out, and I was like, I can't grind multiplayer, I can't do this, like my galactic readiness is gonna decay. And I think the decay was for multiplayer readiness, and I think it was also for the phone app. But I think anything in the game didn't decay, like that you got from like side quests and stuff. But I had my phone app, and I was spamming galactic readiness missions and stuff like that. And there was one day where I actually got sick. I got like food poisoning. And so like me and my friends are all staying in a hotel room together, and I'm like in the bathroom getting ridiculously sick, and someone's like coming in and making sure I'm okay, and like rubbing my back and stuff like that. And then they noticed that I had my phone out. I had my phone like at eye level. I was like still managing to hold it up even while I was throwing up, and like sending out my galactic readiness like recon missions, and they were like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I can't let my galactic readiness fall. I gotta keep it up, or else I'm not gonna get the best ending. And they were like, you need to go to bed. Someone hold my hair while I hold my phone. Yeah, it was pretty good. So before I hit new game, because it starts out in a very particular way. So basically, I guess spoilers for Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 3, well, Dragon Age Inquisition, starts out I think it's about a year after Dragon Age 2. And basically the mages, which you can see on the left down there, and the Templars, which you can see on the right, have kind of been at war. Because the mages, after the events of Dragon Age 2, begin to rebel. A lot of the circles of Magi, start to vote and basically say, no, we're independent. We're independent. Like, you don't own us. We can do what we want. And in some cases, there's something called the Right of Annulment that Templars can enact, which basically means they just kill every mage in the circle. And that's supposed to be reserved for, like, if a really powerful demon takes control of a circle and starts possessing lots of mages and stuff. That's what it's supposed to be used for, but they start enacting it on mages who they think might be rebelling or thinking of voting for independence. And so there's a lot of tension because they're killing mages, and mages are rebelling and breaking out of the circles. And so at this point, it's pretty much a full-blown Templar mage war. And the mages vote, they do vote, and it's actually Wynn's son who casts the deciding vote. And he votes for independence. And so the mages basically say, all right, we're going to fight for our independence against the Templars and the circles and the Chantry. And this obviously riles up the Chantry and the Templars, who start coming down on them, and there's like full-blown fighting out in the wilds. And then the Divine, the head of the Chantry, she's basically the Pope. This Divine who was right before this game, who was in power, Divine Justinia. She's actually like a pretty moderate divine. She like is sympathetic to mages, and she thinks that, you know, they should be treated better. And so she decides to hold a conclave where people can send representatives to from every group and every nation to basically try and discuss and find a middle ground, try to come to terms so that the fighting will stop. So she holds this conclave at this big building that's up there. And so all of this that you see here with the Templars marching and the mages marching in their own lines, this is them heading to the conclave. There's a bunch of like really important mage leaders and national leaders. The Divine herself is up there. And they're all going to hold this, basically a big conference to try and... So that's important to know. That's important to know before I hit new game, okay? So they're all heading to this what basically amounts to peace talks, and they are trying to, they're heading to what amounts to peace talks, and a bunch of world leaders are up there, and the Divine herself, who's essentially the Pope in this world, she's up there, okay? So I'm gonna hit new game now. Does not go well. So this game basically starts off with somebody blowing up the conclave that had a bunch of really important people at it and was supposed to be a place of what's the word, of negotiations. So what are we gonna do? So I always play an elf, and I know that you guys are like, oh, maybe you should try Qunari. I will try Qunari someday, but I really want to play an elf because I want to show you guys how cute Cullen is. Don't judge me. No judgment. Also, I just want to show you guys what my character always looks like. Okay, so well, I guess I should. So humans, this actually is some of the lore that I was covering yesterday. Humans are the most numerous and powerful race in Thedas. They're also the most divided politically and seem to thirst for conflict. Human characters receive a bonus ability point at the start of the game. Elves are a historically oppressed people distinguishable by their lithe frames and pointed ears. Though most survive in the poorest fringes of human cities, others live as nomads known as the Dalish. Elves receive a bonus of 25% to range defense. Dwarves are short, stocky, and most spend their entire lives underground. Those exiled to the surface are often merchants or smugglers. Because dwarves have no connection to the Fade, they cannot be mages, but receive a 25% bonus to magic defense. And the Qunari. The Qunari are a race of horned giants who follow a strict religious text known as the Qun. Those who have abandoned its principles are known as Tal Vashath and often work as mercenaries. Qunari characters get a bonus plus 10% physical damage resistance. So I'm going to be an elf. Because I love being an elf. I'll do a Qunari next time. I'll do it next time. No judgment. No judgment. This is a chill morning stream, you know? I gotta do what I'm familiar with, or I'll fall asleep or something. I don't know. So you can pick. In past games, it was kind of interesting because you could like pick to be basically a warrior, a mage, or a rogue. But they didn't like prescribe to you this early. They weren't like, oh, you dual wield or you're an archer. You just picked rogue and then you sort of built into what you want. Here they actually like have you pick right from the get-go, and I think it's because of how the skill trees work in this game. Same for warrior. You never had to decide whether you were a two-handed or a weapon and shield warrior before. But here you do. So I've actually never played a warrior. So my first Dragon Age Origins character was a warrior, but she wasn't a two-handed or a weapon and shield warrior. She was actually a dual-wielding warrior. I dual-wielded swords and daggers, but I built like really heavy damage. My second character was a mage, because the mage route is always kind of interesting in the games because it's very different, because people treat you really differently because you're a mage. So my second one was mage in Origins, and then after that I did a rogue. I sort of did the same thing for Dragon Age 2, where I went warrior, mage, rogue. And I actually really liked Mage Hawk. I thought Mage Hawk was really cool. But in I have played mage in Dragon Age Inquisition before, because it was really cool being like a mage inquisitor, because people are kind of like, they're kind of suspicious of you. But I actually really like playing rogue in this game. I like rogue archer is really strong, especially with some of the later specializations that you can unlock. And when I did play mage, I played as the knight enchanter, which was really broken, because you can you get a shield when you use spells. And if you have really low cooldown on your spells and can spam certain spells, you can just have an infinite shield, and it's pretty strong. But I think I'm actually going to be a dual wielder, a rogue dual wielder this time, because I've really been wanting to try that build out. And I want to see how it feels. We're going to do normal. Why is it? Oh, I see. It's the other stuff in the background. Look at the card art for hard. It's like, whoa. For masochists and the truly mad. Is there a reason you're not just one character through the whole Dragon Age story, a la Shepard? So that was confusing to me as well. Nightmare or coward? I'm a coward, I guess. That was confusing to me as well, because when I played Dragon Age Origins, I got really attached to my character, and then in 2, I was like, wait, who is this? I was like, I have to play a human? I was an elf. This ain't me. And then again, in Dragon Age 3, you're a different character, or Dragon Age Inquisition, you're a different character entirely. So it's kind of... It is interesting, because I feel like Mass Effect is the story of Shepard, but Dragon Age is the story of the world, And so it kind of makes sense that you jump around between characters and identities and locations and stuff like that. And at first I didn't like that. I was like, I want to feel connected to my main character. I want it to be my story. But then over time, you're kind of like, oh, like I'm just a part of this bigger picture and I can have an effect on it, but it's not about me. And it's actually kind of nice. It's like, it's freeing once you sort of accept that. What is the final card? I don't know. It's a wolf thing. Oh, that might just be, hold on. Is that just my, that might just be something representing my backstory. So my backstory, since I am since I'm an elf rogue, my backstory, yeah, I like both styles of stories. I used to be very much like, I want a story that's about my character, but now I like both. Now I'm very open to both. So my backstory is, enslaved long ago by humans, most elves still live as second-class citizens within human cities. Elves who reject this life are known as the Dalish, nomadic wanderers who strive to keep the ancient elven religion and traditions alive. You were raised in the wilderness to be a hunter, relied upon by the Lavellan clan for food and protection. The clan wandered the northern free marches and had little need to interact with humans, until the clan's keeper sent you to the Chantry's conclave as a spy. What happened there, she said, would impact not only the Dalish, but indeed all elves. She could not have known how right she was. World state import. I'm not gonna do that because I do have a Dragon Age account that has all of my world state information on it, but it's not connected to this profile, so I didn't want to go in and like make a new account and set it all up. So we're gonna see what the default world state looks like. It'll probably give us like some background. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be back in Inquisition. Dreadwolf win. Oh, here's character creation. Let's go. Oh, I'm kind of in the way, but you can see I'm laying there. Get up. Get up. That's not what I look like. So I always start with this head. Let's see. I'm usually kind of nuts, and I tweak literally everything. Do I like this face or the last face better? That one's kind of cute. Yeah, I like this one. Complexion. I always like having the freckles. I like that you can just be like kind of a granny. 3 hours character creation stream, let's go. I like the freckles. I don't like it when my skin is like too perfect, because I'm like, who is like, drop the skincare routine. Tell us your secret. Eye color. Let's go. Where's my eyes? Where's my eyes? That's a little too yellow, right? I mean, it's yellow, but it's like, I need that sort of warmer yellow. Is that right? Do they have a more orangey yellow in here? Can I zoom? I'm as zoomed in as I can be. I'll go for that second yellow, I guess. The one before it, that one felt like almost, I don't know, like lizard-like. Like this one? Oh, maybe it could be okay. But that one's sort of like greenish though. Eh. Oh, maybe this one's okay. Oh, is that too yellow? Yeah, let's do it. Gotta get my hair. There's not really like... I wish that there were more hair options. Because I feel like there's only a couple that I like. This is one of the ones that I like. And I feel like every time I see like a Dragon Age video on YouTube, they're always using this hair because it's like everybody's favorite. That's sort of the funny thing is I feel like a lot of times when I see other people's characters, I feel like they always look like mine, and I feel like that happened in Mass Effect 2. I mean, there was like a shepherd that everybody used, right? Like there was, I mean, I'm talking about Fem Shep. There was definitely a Fem Shep that was practically canon because it was just the one everyone used. Where's my hair? Is this? Nah, this is... Ooh. 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 Voice.
How much is this going to cost me?
Oh, there's two voices. There's only two. Hold on.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
I just hope I can help.
I've always liked this one.
Done, I don't care about the rest.
Head and ears. Ear size. Whoop. Forgot what I've done in the past. So you can have like sort of short, long, and thin. Whoa! I kind of like somewhere in the middle. I kind of like the thin though. Maybe that's cute. Ear position. Whoa. Don't mess with that too much. I did mess with my... Sometimes if I mess too much beyond the defaults, sometimes I kind of get like a homunculus. Because I feel like I'm like, oh, I'll just tweak this a little bit. I'll just tweak this a little bit. And then by the end, I'm like, what have I done? Didn't they make that Fem Shep canon in the HD collection? So I think they had a vote, actually. I think the HD collection Fem Shep, I think was based on a vote. You could go and vote for your preferred Fem Shep, but everyone kind of voted for the one that looked like the one that everybody used. So essentially, yeah, brow size. My roommate, I think it was Bloodborne. My old roommate played Bloodborne and sort of did the thing that I do when I'm making characters, where he just kind of kept tweaking and kept tweaking and kept tweaking. And I think he realized eventually that he'd kind of gone too far in a couple of places. What was the default for this face? That's not bad. I don't mind the last one either. He sort of realized he'd gone too far in a couple of places. And Dragon Age is the best game. Yeah, it is. Welcome. I love Dragon Age fans. Let's go. But yeah, he sort of went through and was doing the little bit of tweaking thing that I do until eventually he had this monster and he had gone too far in a couple of places, and he just turned and looked at me. I was like kind of half watching him. I was kind of half watching him make his character, but I didn't. I sort of like stopped watching near the end, And then he turned and looked at me, and I looked up to see why he was looking at me, and then I looked at the TV, and he had this abomination on the TV. And he just looked at me and he went, Kuricha. Oh, it was like now. So now whenever I really mess up in the character creator and I make something that I don't know if I can salvage, all I can think is Kuricha. I like having the big eyelashes. I can't really tell the difference between some of these. I guess that's big. I think that's big. Oh, welcome! Welcome, Raiders! Oh my gosh! Welcome, welcome! Hi, I'm Maple. I'm Maple. I'm a moose. I'm a moose who's playing Dragon Age right now. I'm a moose who likes playing a lot of different video games, but I really love Dragon Age. We're all Dragon Age fans. Dragon Age fans, let's go! So actually, yesterday I did a 5-hour long lore stream of Dragon Age. I've been preparing for that lore stream for like months, where I did a lot of. I mean, I've read a lot of. I've played all the games a bunch of times. I've read all the novels and the comics and stuff like that, and I sort of took everything that I've learned and all my theories, and so I did a big overview of the world and gave everybody sort of a breakdown of the world, like people who haven't played Dragon Age yet, and then I had a big like spoiler break section, and then I went through all of my theories for what's gonna happen and what certain things mean and what's gonna happen in Dreadwolf. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Literally yesterday I was like, I'm so nervous about this stream because I love Dragon Age and I have no one to talk about Dragon Age with. So I was like, I'm afraid I'm just gonna like be freaking out and everyone is going to be like, please calm down, Maple. I'm so happy there are Dragon Age fans here. Oh, we got you, homie. Let's go. Oh my god. I want everyone to play Dragon Age. That was like the whole. Oh, I forgot I can do this. That was like the whole reason I wanted to do the lore stream. Is I was like, I need more people. I need to infect people. I need more people to talk about Dragon Age with. So I'm just gonna make a whole stream about it and get people on board. Boomer Moose at tech. Listen. I'm very good at tech. No, I'm not. Sorry, I lied. I want to watch your Velasquez breakdown. I didn't get into that. I was trying to stay like really big. Like I was trying to stay like really high level for a lot of the world overview stuff, and then I got kind of into the nitty-gritty for my theories, but I would love to get more into stuff like that. Like I love all the little details. Maple's theory section was like 3 hours. Who's going to be romance this run? So I hope nobody like leaves in disgust. But I am like I'm a notorious Chantry boy enthusiast. I love Alistair and Cullen. and oh no. And so everyone yesterday when I was saying like, oh, I'm gonna play Dragon Age tomorrow and we're gonna have a great time and I'm gonna start a new character, and everyone was like, oh, you should play a Kunari, so we can see some of the Kunari lore stuff. And then I I was like, well, I would, but if I play a Kunari, I can't romance Cullen. Right, retroactively canceled. So I was like, and then everyone was like, you know, you could simply not romance Cullen. And I was like an old modem starting up. I was like, I don't know what that means. Sorry, I don't speak English. So we're going for Cullen. I did actually. A friend of mine did a Dragon Age Smasher Pass. She invited me to her Dragon Age Smasher Pass stream, and I hadn't really talked about. I talked about Dragon Age before, but I hadn't really gotten into it. I was sort of like, yeah, I like this and I like this, but I hadn't been like. I was like, I'm saving all this for my lore stream so that people understand what I'm talking about. And so we did this Dragon Age Smasher Pass stream, and when we got to Cullen, I screamed so loud I peeked out the mic and fell off screen. So I've actually never romanced Iron Bull, but he was on my list the first time through when I wasn't sure like who I was going to be interested in. I was like, oh, like maybe Iron Bull, he looks pretty cool. And then like I that's the thing is before I played Inquisition, every time I ran into Cullen, my reaction was kind of this fucking guy. But then the more I got to know in Inquisition, I was like, oh no, he's my boy. And now every time that I start a game, and I fully intend to romance somebody else, I wind up talking to Cullen at Haven, and he's like, I'm sure you didn't come here for a lecture. And I'm just like, ah, shit, here we go again. We actually have a sticker. We have a sticker in the Discord about it. I can't stay away. Oh, we hit 1,000? Wait, really? Wait, really? Thank you guys. I like that. I was like, I'm just gonna do my chill, quiet Dragon Age Inquisition and sipping my coffee stream, and now we hit 1K. Wow, thank you. That's so exciting. The big 1K. And it was all because of Dragon Age. Of course it was. Everything is because of Dragon Age. I'm trying to remember what my... Yeah, that's the stuff. Forgot how intense. I immediately forgot when I was planning to do the stream that I spend forever on character creation. What? Eyeliner color, eyeliner intensity. Let's bump that boy up. We plan to do Cullen romance on stream next. Let's go. Let's go. He is my boy. It's I love doing DA2 again soon, finishing Awakening. I love doing like the full series playthrough in order. I've done it a couple times now. The only reason I'm starting with Inquisition is because I after the lore stream yesterday, I was like, oh, like it kind of makes sense if I jump into Inquisition after all the stuff that I covered. How goes Inquisition? Another elf I see. Yeah, of course. I'm never not an elf. I'm actually playing a rogue. I'm playing a rogue. I'm doing dual wielding. So I want to see. I've always played like an archer, and I have played mage before. I did a mage playthrough, but I wanted to. And I've done archer. Mages should not romance Cullen. I can fix him though. We'll go with the default for now, because this is just like, I just want to show. Oh, there I am. Yeah, I can fix him. I can fix him. So this is. I guess I shouldn't spoil it. I won't explain what's going on here. Rogue elf, I see your creative juices are flowing. I will never make Cullen drink the Kool-Aid. I will never do it. I will literally never do it. The only time I got even close was when I was like, if he doesn't drink it, can he die? Because he says like it could kill him, and I got all scared. And so I was like, oh, I don't want him to die. But then I sort of peeked ahead because I was like, what's the right thing to do here? And then I was like, when I saw what happens if you let him drink the Kool-Aid, I was like, he will never drink the Kool-Aid. Rogue Alpha DA is the thief archer of Skyrim. Don't call me out like that. That's my Skyrim character. Have you ever tried Solus? So I haven't, but I have watched the trespasser cutscenes if you romance him, and they are heart-wrenching. I was like, I don't know if I can emotionally do this to myself. The pain is love. Here we go. Here's my wife. Actually, both of my wives. They're both here.
Tell me why we shouldn't.
Oh, I don't have subtitles on.
The conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead, except for you.
So everybody at the conclave died in the explosion, except for me. I'll turn on the subtitles as soon as we get out of this cutscene. I didn't realize they weren't on. You think I did it? That's horrible.
What do you mean everyone's dead?
Explain this.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need her, Cassandra.
So this is Liliana. Liliana is actually a companion from Dragon Age Origins. She looks a lot different, and well, she has the same features, but she looks kind of like a baby in Dragon Age Origins, whereas in this game she looks very intense. I love her in this game. So give you the opportunity to emotionally respond. All those people, let me go. I'm confused. Or what now? The guy crossing his arms, that's supposed to be stoic. That's the stoic response. She grew up, yeah. Thank you for subscribing. Sorry, I'm so missing all this stuff while everything's happening. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for the gift subs. Oh my god. That's the yandere response. All those people.
I can't believe it. All those people. Dead.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then a woman?
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then
Go to the forward camp, Liliana.
A woman.
I will take her to the rift.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
On the triangle of bring coke to the party, Liliana is the brings cocaine. Cullen is brings Pepsi.
We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
Cullen brings Beppis.
Unless we act, the breach may grow until it swallows the world. Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
How could it stop this?
You say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance.
Who brings the pilk? Sarah. You still think I'm guilty?
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is, and you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
If I can help, I will.
I understand.
Then
I'll do what I can. Whatever it takes.
So Cassandra, she's like a badass and she looks really cool, but also she loves smutty fan fiction. That's her charm point.
they have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy.
Good for her.
Head of the Chantry. The conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed.
Correction, bad smutty fanfic. But Varric's writing
There
it.
will be a try.
He's a good author.
I can promise no more.
He does say it's his worst book, though.
Where are you taking me?
Your mom
Also, let me know how the volume is, because I know that. Hold on. Options. Where's the... Would it be under audio? There we go. Subtitles. Please. I'll make them big. There we go. There we go. Game could be a little higher. Okie dokie. Let me bump that. All right, let me know if I've made it too high. Oh no.
Open the gate. We are heading into the valley.
Oh, I missed Dragon Age. Access the quest map from the hero menu by Woohoo! All the green juice is coming down from the sky. Maple, did you turn on... Oh. Voices could be higher? Okay, I'll bump them.
The pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach.
The larger the breach grows. Oopsie. Quest map. Audio. Maybe we bump these down slightly. Keep the voices up. the Mountain Dew swirl. And then we bump this. I don't play a lot of games with like a ton of dialogue in them. So I play...
The more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything
soundtrack
farther
is
in
so
the
good.
valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred Ashes. Stay behind me.
Here's my blades. The Monster Energy Company is getting a little wild. I remember it was really confusing to me the first time playing Inquisition after the other games, because the other games were like, you click on a guy.
Drop your weapon. Now.
Sheesh! Alright.
All right. Have it your way.
Wait. I cannot protect you. And I cannot expect you to be defenseless. I should remember you agreed to come willingly.
Thanks, baby. Press
these
LB and select. I don't need to heal though.
Maker knows what we will face.
I remember the first time.
Soldiers.
At
The
the forward camp or fighting. We are on our own for now.
I remember the first time I was playing Inquisition, and I realized that there were like a lot of nodes, even around here. Abilities consume mana and stamina for powerful combat effects. Most abilities require time to pass before reuse.
Watch out!
Ooh, loot.
If we flank them, we may gain
One
the
second,
advantage.
Cassandra. This guy has money. This guy dropped the money. But yeah, when I realized that there was a...
Maker take you.
When I realized that there were nodes that had like crafting items and had items for crafting and other stuff. Oh, money! Who dropped this? Thank you. All I wanted to do was like root around forever and just find all of the money that I, or not the money, all of the items that I could. And, like the demons are coming down from the sky and I was like, but there's metal over here. Look, there's supposed to be daggers, but those are legit short sword size. Yeah, I know, right? Whee! That guy's casting on us. Oh, but somebody else dropped money over here. I was like, Cassandra, how do you expect me to fight when there's herbs about? When there's herbs about? A lot of dead guys. Money? Loot over saving the world. All this game needs is fishing and Maple would be in heaven. I wish that there was a very comprehensive fishing system. That's all I want in any game. I just got the, I've been playing Skyrim off stream. Because I wanted to like do all the side, like some of the side stuff before I kept going, and I just got the fishing log, and I was like, this is a nightmare for me. I swear that there's items around here that I can gather. I don't care about any of those guys down there. Loot? I've never played a dual wielder in this game all the way through. I actually started one of my first playthroughs. I started as a dual wielder, but then I was like, archer seems really fun, so I swapped. I'm already feeling a little like weird about the spacing, I guess, between me and, sorry, I'm looking for stuff I can pick up. Between me and the enemy, because I'm used to being able to stand wherever I dang well please, and just fire on them, and it's no problem. But now I have to actually be up in their business, and if I'm too far back, I'm just swinging at nothing.
Here the fighting. Who's fighting? You'll see soon. We must help them.
Where's the plants? Give me the plants. What about over here? You guys got plants on your phone? Oh, we're close to where my baby boy is, aren't we? Let's go. I'm gonna scream. Or maybe this is Varric. And the boy. Skyrim fishing is such a disappointment. Okay, but they gave me a log to fill out. Which is the most dangerous thing you can do in any game. Give me a list to complete. There he is! Hot dad. And there's the boy Solus.
What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
So I can help. I did that? You mean the mark?
You mean this?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake.
I theorized.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons.
I love you, Varric. Stink elf egg.
Rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
You're with the Chantry?
Are you with the Chantry, or...?
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events.
Cheese to meet ya. Nice crossbow.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Baby Bianca.
Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore.
Bianca is best girl. Disgusted noise.
The introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
I forgot Solus like takes care of you while you're asleep.
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Solus is an apostate, well-versed in such matters.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade, far beyond the experience of any circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
If I can close the breach, I will.
Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well, Bianca's excited.
I love that there's a picture of
This way, down the bank. The road ahead is blocked.
there's a picture of that Always Sunny picture of where he's pointing at a picture of a guy and he's like, I'm sick of this guy. But people have edited it to have Varric's face and then edited the subtitles say, I will never be sick of this guy. That's how I feel every time I see him. Well, as soon as I heard his voice in the Dreadwolf trailer, I was like, I will never get sick of this guy. I forgot I can jump over obstacles. Wait. Give me your goods. Oh, can I? Hold on. The thing I picked up earlier. Can I? Oh, I can't. There we go. Stiletto. Oh, that's better than my main hand. And I got new armor. Do I not? Oh, but I look so bad in the hat. Press Y to destroy. Wait, is there a way? I don't remember. It's been this is the game that I've waited the longest. So what I'm doing right now is I've played all of the Dragon Age games a couple times. But what I was doing this last time is there's connect functionality with this. Is I was hide helmet, let's go. But yeah, what I was doing this last time is I was going through chronologically. So I started with the Stolen Throne and went to the Calling and then went to Origins, and so I've been going through chronologically. And so because I've had a bunch of like reading, I've had a bunch of homework between the other games and this game. This is I think the game I haven't played in the longest period of time because I've been on the book grind. So there's a lot of things that I don't remember, which is actually kind of exciting. Yeah, well, because there's the Stolen Throne and the Calling before Dragon Age Origins. So there's 2 books before Origins, but then you play Origins, and then you get to Dragon Age 2 really fast after that. But then between 2 and Inquisition, there's like comics. There's a bunch of comics. Because there's like the Alistair, Isabella, and Varric comics, and then there's Asunder, and The Masked Empire, and Last Flight, and Mage Killer, and so there's so much. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can control other party members. Look, you can be the boy! I used to name my parties. Oh god! I used to name my parties just like not like officially, but like in my head, just so that here we go, let's mine, baby. So that when I was like, oh, I want to bring this party, or I want to bring this party, I could say in my head, oh, I'm gonna bring these guys, or I'm gonna be these guys, I'm gonna bring these guys. Mage Killer, no, I think Mage Killer is right before Inquisition. I think it's Mage Killer and there's one other one. Or right before Inquisition, I think. But I always referred to my Blackwall, Solus, and Cole party. In my head, I always referred to it as Daddy and the Freaks. I said it to somebody one time and they were like, what is wrong with you? You can't tell me that that's not what that party looks like. Oh yeah, the tactical. That explains so much about you. What? daddy in the freaks. Have you seen Blackwall? Have you seen Blackwall? He's daddy, and then Cole and Solus are the freaks. I don't know how much better I can explain it. Well, in tactical camera, use Ellis to scan the battlefield. Okay. Yeah, so you have a tactical attack. I almost never use this, frankly. I almost never use, but you can like set tactics in here, or you can and then if you hold down the trigger, it'll advance time. You can sort of play it, yeah, which is kind of interesting. I like to play it more in action mode. Oh. I need to heal. But I was at a convention one time, and I was meeting a friend from school. Actually, I hadn't seen her in a long time, and I didn't know that she like knew Dragon Age or was into Dragon Age, and so I had gone and I actually found I've been creeping. I don't remember this house. I'd been creeping in like Artist Alley trying to find Dragon Age prints the whole time, and I finally found one. And money. And it was a Blackwall, and I was like, well, I like Blackwall. Like, obviously I'm always here for Cullen and Alistair because I'm basic. But I was like, I like Blackwall. I'll take a Blackwall print happily. And so I bought this Blackwall print. And so then I met up with my friend for dinner, and she saw it and she was like, wait, you play Dragon Age? And I was like, yes, hello, you know, this is my boy Blackwall. And she was like, yeah. And then she just like looked at me with like the saddest look I've ever seen anyone give. And she was like, I romanced Solus. And she's like, every day I'm waiting for the next game, and every day it hurts more. And I was like, oh no, baby. I was like, this is a rough way to find out that you're a Dragon Age fan. Can I sneak you? It's funny that in like these games, like in Dragon Age and in Mass Effect, like, oh god, I say anything that slightly upsets anyone around me, and I'm like, well, it's time to rewind time a little bit, and we're gonna make it so that everybody is happy and likes me all the time. And then in Skyrim, I'm just like constantly stealing things and doing crime, and I feel nothing. I'm just save scum time. Now I feel bad for her. Yeah, I don't know. I'm usually like I'm very much like the good boy in like most games I play, and then for some reason I get Skyrim in my hands and I'm just a menace. I'm like everything belongs to me. Alfred.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
He's right. Yeah, Skyrim, I'm like, everything belongs to me, and if people get mad, well, that's their problem. But to be fair, even though I steal everything, and I'm like kind of rude to everybody, I I adopt like every orphan I see, so at least I'm like offset. I'm offsetting the damage that I do. Whee! Wait, where are you guys shooting? Oh, over there. Oh, he's dead. Lou?
I hope Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing kills Liliana.
We're almost there.
Still find it funny you spent like an hour to steal a sword when the Jarl was gonna give you something. I mean, it was right there. I think I finally sold that sword off because every time I got arrested, I had to go and get it back and it was getting annoying. And I just had a non-stolen one that I found and I was like, you know what? It's time to get rid of this thing. Maple steal's just a steal, not for momentary gain. Tysolus and Dorian for top romance, then Blackwall, then Cullen, then Cassandra. I've heard that Solus is a good romance, and I think I would like it, but the thing is that when I meet Cullen, I can't not romance him.
Rift. We must seal it! Quickly! They keep coming! Help us!
Where is he?
Use the mark.
Did I hear him? Is he here yet? I leveled up. Okay. I just want to meet Cullen. Come on. It's about sending a message. Let's get wild this run. Sarah, romancer. No. I'm sorry. I won't do it. Double daggers. I'm not doing archery, sabotage, or subterfuge. So something that I wanted to try. Okay, I know. Something I've wanted to try is I wanted to get the hook and tackle, because you can upgrade it to have no cooldown, which seems really, really fun. Like being able to sort of shoop around like a bionic commando type of thing always seemed really, really fun to me. So I wanted to aim for this ASAP. So I think I'm gonna get my poisoned weapons. Be thankful Vesper's not here to wrangle your neck for your taste in men. Yeah, I mean, you're all doing a very good job of that anyway. Have you ever had the glitch in Skyrim where you teleport to town and everyone attacks you for no reason? Yes, actually. I had it recently and I had to reload. I was like, why is this happening to me? Meat hook as a means of transportation. Yeah, see, that's like what I want to do.
Open the gate.
Right away, Lady Cassandra.
That's what I want to do. Okay, it's not Cullen yet.
Well done.
I thought I heard Cullen and I freaked out. Where is he? Prepare the soldiers. Oh, this is where Liliana is, right?
You have already come. Ah, here they come.
This guy.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who she is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
She's such a god.
A thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead. We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
What about the breach? So no one's in charge here.
Isn't closing the breach the more pressing issue?
You brought this on us in the first place. Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
Of course I'm gonna charge with the soldiers. I get to see Cullen.
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark?
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own,
I say we charge. I won't survive long enough for your trial. Whatever happens, happens now.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
Show me, Cullen. He's waiting for me. He's waiting. He's crying. He just wants to see me. Everybody get out of the way. Loot. Real quick, loot stop. Cullen, I'll be right there. Cullen. I'll be right there. Oh, new dagger. Oh, God, that's not what I meant to do. New daggers, baby. Oh, Cullen. Oh, Cullen, I'll be right there. I gotta make sure I'm min-maxed into oblivion. Okay, we're good. Cullen, the glow is for you, baby boy. Here I come. Is that him up there? I'll save him. There he is! Oh, he's so beautiful. Cullen. Yeah.
How many rifts are there?
We must seal it if we are to get past!
Yeah. Have you seen Cullen? He's right there. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, fine. Fine.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Lady Cassandra, you managed to close the rift. Well done.
Do not congratulate me, Commander. This is the prisoner's doing.
Is it? I hope they're right about you. We've lost a lot of people getting you here.
I hope they're right, too.
You're not the only one hoping that.
We'll see soon enough, won't we? The way to the temple should be clear. Liliana will try to meet you there.
Then we'd best move quickly. Give us time, Commander.
Make her watch over you, for all our sakes.
He's such a good boy. He helped his bud. He helped this guy. Whoa! Rough end for that guy over there.
The Temple of Sacred Ashes.
What's left of it?
That is where you walked out of the Fade.
Look at the
and
sheesh.
Alcesia found you. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was.
Can you bring Cullen back? Tell him his wife wants to hang. Tell him his wife misses him. Any messengers around here? Jim!
Is a long way up.
You're here. Oh, thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple.
She's so cool.
This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'm assuming you have a plan to get me up there.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Now is the hour of our victory. Bring forth the sacrifice.
What are we hearing?
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
The first time I heard this, oh yeah, and the red lyrium too. I forgot that's here.
You know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone help me!
That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Someone help me! What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
The way she says it is so chill.
We have an intruder. Slay the elf.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she... Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
Some of you are about to see baby's first pride demon. They're big, big boys. Let's go!
Now!
When do we bring out the elf mistakes list? Oh god!
We must strip its defenses, wear it down.
I don't remember, is there something else I can... Oh yeah, I can disrupt. That's the ticket.
The demon is vulnerable. Now!
Whoa. No, 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 no. Cassandra.
More coming through the rift.
Dang it. Whoa. Guys, use your potions. Eggy eating spells in the back. Is he immune? Woo! Woo. Dang it. You see, eventually I used the, my first playthrough I was an archer who I did the Tempest specialization so that I could basically smash bottles of lightning on myself and go ham. So I'm kinda used to being able to do some like real dumb stuff. Ugh. I'm not used. One thing that's kind of weird is I'm not used to how up close and personal I have to be, because I'm used to being the egg eating spells in the bag.
Now, seal the rift.
Okie dokie.
Do it.
Yeah, see, I like being a tank too. I like being kind of a tanky boy. But for some reason, in Inquisition, I just really like... I always really liked being an archer. Wake up, honey. I've been ignoring my coffee because I've been so focused on playing. It's supposed to be a Dragon Age Inquisition and coffee stream.
Oh. I didn't know you were awake, I swear.
It's all right.
Don't worry about it. I
beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
Then they're safe.
Then the danger is over.
The breach is still in the sky, but that's what they say. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
Yeah. And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
Yeah, another DAO playthrough. Let's go! My loots. Patient observations. Vain hope. Someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1. Clammy. Shallow breathing. Pulse overfast. Not responsive. Pupils dilated. Mage says her scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here just in case. That has like DLC and bonus stuff in it eventually, I think. Maybe I don't have it here. Woo! What's up, everybody? Whoa. Everyone's like kneeling and saluting him.
Breach from getting any bigger.
I heard you were supposed to close it entirely.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Who's talking? Kunari mage Cassandra. Oh, she can romance Kunari? Really?
Be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The elf failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, she intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
Are you talking about me?
I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did what I could.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
I do like Chancellor Roderick's arc,
the Maker
though.
sent her to us in our darkest hour.
I kind of like playing, like, not a faith-based Inquisitor. I kind of like being like a man of the people sort of thing.
You realize I'm an elf. A Dalish elf.
I have not forgotten. No matter what you are or what you believe, you are exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment,
It's a long writ.
I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of Old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
The Inquisition of Old?
What is the Inquisition of Old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
What about the Chantry?
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
I want to help.
If you're truly trying to restore order...
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Shake her hand. Yeah, let's go. Look at him! That was me getting merch from AX while I wasn't there. I do love the blacksmith, man. So now we're in the Inquisition. Well, now we have this fledgling Inquisition. We can talk to people. You can do like requisitions where you basically do deliveries. Oh, I need to
Thanks for checking anyway.
probably talk to this
if you're
lady.
Easy clean, Hess can get you a bucket and a broom. Anyone calls you knife here, come to me.
Okay.
Oh, you're her. Thren. Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need,
Supply this
one of my
mess.
positions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
Tell me about requisitions.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site. Maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
Oh yeah, logging and mining sites, is it, that you can find on the map?
One of my boys will take the materials.
One of my boys will take the materials. Investigate. Goodbye.
Make a go with you.
Is bullying the streamer permitted here? Depends on the bullying. I feel like I am often bullied. Knife ear, is that some sort of derogatory elf term? Yes. So there's like, they get called knife ears, they get called...
So we're heretics, just like that.
I think knife ear is the one that we hear the most often. They call humans shemlins. Any of my boys? I think some of my boys are out here yet. Yeah, Varric is there. Is Cullen with his troops yet? Hold on. You can bully my gameplay. I suck at games a lot. Cullen? Is he not down here yet? Oh, he might still be in the room. He's still in the room. Cullen! Did you make an elf again? Yeah. Whoa, what else would I make? Can you play something that isn't an elf in this game? Are there races in this game that aren't elves? Really? Is that a mod? Is that DLC? I think Shemlins translates in Elvish to like the quick ones or something like that. It's supposed to basically comment on, you know, how they age and die, and they also allegedly sort of brought mortality to the elves. Does it trouble you? Where does it come from? It's fine. Didn't close the breach.
If it wasn't enough to close the breach, what use is it?
You did everything we asked of you.
And it still didn't work.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
It's called pressing right once to be a non-elf. You can press... I don't think there's a right on my controller. I don't think I have a press right on my controller. Maybe I'll need to upgrade my equipment for next time. Seems like a lot. You have to do a lot to play a non-elf in this game. That sounds dangerous. Sounds like fun. You have an idea.
Clearly you have something in mind.
We do.
There he is!
You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition.
Yeah, I have.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and...
Josie is also amazing.
Anderan Atishan.
You speak Elven.
You've just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid.
Oh, I love you, Josie.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
So the only, like, I love Josie a lot, and I think if I was ever going to date someone who wasn't Cullen or, like, Solus, I would probably go for Josie. But the thing is that I feel like she's Liliana's wife, and so every time, like, I even think of flirting with her, I just imagine Liliana, like, hovering behind me. And I'm like, oh no. A pleasure.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander.
It's literally
Enough
a plot
magic
point in a
poured into
romance.
that
Wait,
power.
really?
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
And me specifically. Kudu says hi. Wait, is she streaming right now? Liliana's like, oh, you're interested in Josie? Background check. Hi, Kudu. I was so happy that she was up on Dragon Age lore stream yesterday. I was so happy. The Chantries denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically. That was quick.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
She's been on for 5 hours, so that explains it. Because I literally rolled out of bed and sleepily pushed the make coffee button before I hit go live. I was literally still coming out of like the fog of sleep when I booted up the streams. So that explains that.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped
I'm still
the breach
drinking my
from going.
coffee.
They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading.
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is
She's like a...
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about you? I like you.
I'm not sure how I should feel.
The Chantry has decided that for you, it seems.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
So I'm the problem. I feel like this is just every stream I'm in. So I'm the problem.
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll talk to her.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
Expand my influence on you.
Extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Oh yeah, so you have like war operations. The war table allows you to apply the power of the Inquisition throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Sorry, Mama Moose just texted me. I got some bad news. I got some bad news after I got off my 5-hour lore stream yesterday. Mama and Papa Moose are sick now. They caught what I had. But it didn't show up really until like a week after I had left. Somehow. And they're both really old and have health problems. And so, I'm just like trying to make them keep me updated. I was tempted to just fly back home again. Even though I've only been home for like a week, I was like, I should fly back home to like try and help out. But I don't know if I would wind up being more of a pain in the ass, because, you know, I don't have, my car is here, and so I would, like, I don't know how I would get, we don't have like Uber, where I live, and our airport is like one of those really small, like, local airports, so it doesn't really have like taxis or anything. You sort of like fly in to like this little airport thingy. And so I was trying to figure out, that's why I was really quiet all last night. I saw people sending me really nice messages about my lore stream yesterday, and I was like really happy, but I was so distracted. I was so distracted by all of that I was like not really, I still have a lot of people to respond to, so I'm not ignoring you, I swear. I was just like, oh god, I need to figure out what to do about this. You have to call someone who isn't your parents to drive you to their place. Yeah, I was trying to figure out, because the other things I would have to have somebody take care of my cat again. But really the thing that I'm most concerned about, so Mama Moo said that she really couldn't like sit up, which sucks, but Mama Moo's has got anxiety. And so whenever I'm there, even if she's like sick, she always like really wants to like take care of me, even if I tell her not to, even if I'm like, no, I'll do it, like she'll walk in like 3 hours later and she'll be like, well, I made all of this stuff for you, if you wanna try it. And I'm like, why? Please sit down. And so it's a mom thing. Yeah, it definitely is. So I was like, if I go there, am I going to like make her feel anxious and like she has to like take care of me, even though she's the one who should be getting taken care of? Because she's done that before too. Like that's the thing is I've talked about this before, but she recently had cancer, and luckily she's in remission now. But even the whole time she had cancer, like, we could not get her to sit down. Like, me and Papa Moose would be like I would come to visit, and she would be like, oh, let me go get, and we were like, no! Like, you had chemo 5 minutes ago. So I'm like, am I gonna be a bigger pain in the ass if I try to go home and it'll like make her all antsy, and when I just really want her to rest? Can you phone a friend to come check on them, make sure they have the essentials? Yeah. So that's what I've been trying to figure out. Is I do have a lot of friends that live in the area, but unfortunately, like, most people who know my parents are like we're all three of us, we are deep woods hermits. And so that's the other thing, is if I sent over a friend of mine that they didn't know, they would be like, I don't want anyone to see me right now that I don't know. And so I've been trying to find somebody who they know and they like. And unfortunately, like, my really good friends who they do know have all kind of moved, but not like, some of them haven't moved too far away, but it's like just far away enough that it's like, I've been trying to like hit them up and make sure that, you know, they could just do a quick check-in and maybe bring them some stuff. So I've been dealing with that, but she just texted me and I was worried. Hold on, let me see what it was, because I was like, what did you text me? Like, do you need something? Do you need help? And instead she was sending me a metal daybed and trundle on Amazon. She says, this is a daybed with a trundle. They have a bunch on Amazon, but this one looks especially good. I'm not looking for a daybed or a trundle, so I don't know what this is. I like that she's like, I'm incredibly sick, it's time to shop for my daughter specifically. Wrong number. No, I'm pretty sure it's the right number. She's bored. Yeah. Yeah. I'm honestly shocked I haven't gotten more animal videos out of her. She's probably been sleeping a lot. But whenever she's sick, I tend to just, like, my phone is in a constant state of buzzing with, like, videos of people, like, doing voiceover for horses who are doing, like, funny things. So I was like expecting more of that, but instead she's women be shopping. She's funny. She said that my dad, so I'm worried about both of them, obviously. The Inquisition can unlock new areas for you to explore through scouting operations. I'm worried about both of them, honestly, but she said that Papa Moose, like, his symptoms were, like, super mild, kind of like mine were.
Soldiers a safe distance from the temple.
Our best guess that's safe, anyway.
Yeah, she said that he's honestly pretty okay. That she's the one who's sort of feeling more like bleh. So it's good that he's feeling pretty okay, at least. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was trying to think of either, like, trying to get someone who they know to stop by, or to get somebody to just drop stuff off on their back porch. They would have to make sure to get it quick, though, because otherwise the raccoons that Mama Moose constantly lures in will show up. We avoided the fighting as best we could. It's every bit as bad as we'd feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves, and it appears that the Templars here aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We located Mother Giselle and are trying to protect her, but she refuses to leave the refugees until we've ensured their safety. That will be hard to do without troops to push the apostates and the Templars out of the area. Commander Cullen asked me to make inquiries of Master Dennett, a retired horsemaster of Redcliffe who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. Travel. So I got limited options here, so let's... call the library. Me and the library are having a weird what's the word? We're having some weird tension right now, because they're like, why do you want to?
I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... Never mind.
Ugh. A disgusting noise! So his hit book is called Hard in Hightown. So he's making a you'd be Harding in Hightown joke. But Cassandra, disgusted noise.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here. And people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Okie dokie. Let me, oh! You can tell I've been playing Skyrim, because every single time I try to open up the main menu, I whip out my poison blades instead. Journal. World map. Oh, I can't travel. Yet. Oh, yes I can. I just thought I was in battle because I whipped out my poison daggers. Yeah, me and the library, so like my local library at home, they were like, why do you still want to use our server? Like I'm sure some libraries don't have this. Some libraries are probably like, oh, you need to have like a residence here or whatever. But like my local library at home was pretty cool. They were like, well, if you just like pay us a little bit, like we'll just let you keep your membership with us. And I was like, yeah. And then they were like, but why would you want to do that anyway? Oh, he's there! They were like, why would you want to do that anyway? They were like, you live like near a big city now, and that big city is gonna have like way more books and everything, a better collection than us. You should just go get a library card there. And I was like, but I like you guys, and like they have like fun events and stuff like that, and I still go home. I'm still like, I've gone home already, and I'm going home again in a couple weeks. So I was like, I'm still gonna be around. Like I'd like to be able to come to events and stuff, and join on your reading challenges and stuff like that. And they were like, well, that's kind of weird, but okay. And so then but they basically just kept saying, they were like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I was like, I'm sure, just let me just take my dang money. And so, but then like they made me feel so bad that even though I paid them the money to keep my membership, I got a new library card in the city, like where I live now. And I went to try and take out some audiobooks, specifically the Halo novels, because I was like, all right, it's time. I was like, now that I'm getting like finally like all the way caught up on my Dragon Age read through, I was like, it's time to start with the Halo novels, baby. And so I went and I tried to take out an audiobook, and they have like 3 copies of the audiobook, and like 70 people are on the waiting list for the audiobook. And I was like, excuse me? Like, I mean, my library at home is so small, we just like, there would occasionally be a waiting list, but it would be like 1 person, and you would get it really fast. Like, I'm currently slated to get the first audiobook of the Halo the audiobook of the first Halo novel in 8 weeks. And I was like, 8 weeks! So I immediately went and I just like took out a bunch of other books from my library at home that had no wait time on them. And so I was like, well, I'm really glad I have both library cards now. So now if like there's a big wait for something at this library, I can just go back to my library at home where there is never a wait. It wasn't even just that. Like, I went and I tried to look at other series that I've been interested in and wanting to listen to on audiobook, and they all have huge wait lists. Like, I have to wait 8 weeks to get any audiobook from this library. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I like to stand out.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work. I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
Ah, shit, here we go again.
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
Another time, perhaps. Still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying. Was there something you needed?
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of Lyria and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
A life of service and sacrifice. Are Templars also expected to give up physical temptations?
Physical? Why... why would you... That's not it. Templars can marry, although there are rules around it, and the Order must grant permission. Some may choose to give up more to prove their devotion, but it's not required.
I love making him uncomfortable.
Have you?
Me? No. I've taken no such vows. Maker's breath. Can we speak of something else?
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical? The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need.
He's the best.
I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. But I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
13? That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
That's
I'll be
all I
back,
wanted to know.
baby.
Thank you.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
I will require something. I kind of want to talk to Varric too, because I'm using the default world state, and I actually don't know what the defaults are, because I've only ever played with my whatchamacallit, my world state from the Dragon Age Keep, and I think he gives a lot of insight
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you
on what the
holding up
default
all right?
is, because I know he talks a lot
you go
about like
from
what
being the
happened
most
in
wanted
Kirkwall.
criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
This is all bullshit.
I don't even want to think about how many lives were lost on that mountaintop.
A lot of good men and women didn't make it out of there. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy. But this, thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And
It's
now
just
there's
such a good, he's such a good dude.
Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad?
Dunno.
You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
What, can I ask you some questions? I have a personal question.
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
That's me when it comes to anything. Prone to I'm inclined toward extravagant lies. What do you do? Oh, this isn't some of the. For some reason, I thought you could like sort of ask. Maybe it's down one of these routes.
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
It kind of is that bad. What do you do?
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
That's not much. Not much going on. What books do you write? What shops do you own? Could you do Liliana's job?
Thanks, Varric.
No problem. Need something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
I like that he's basically like set up sort of a research.
Need something?
What's the word? Like he's basically gotten a bunch of like scientists to all do research on red lyrium, and he's like funding all of it because he's just like, I want to know what is happening with this thing.
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Is he alive in the default world setting? Guess he's not gonna tell me.
No problem.
Probably gotta advance a little bit first. I keep hitting B with the hopes of bringing up my my menu. So let's go. Come on, lads. Yeah, I usually exhaust all of the dialogue too. I when I'm playing just by myself, I exhaust all the dialogue, but I just don't want to just like sit here and let the game lore dump at people. I want to play a little bit more first. I probably won't play that much longer because I do have to go figure out some stuff for my parents in a little bit. But I at least want to. Oh, this lady.
Word for you.
Word for you.
What is it? You may want to look into this.
I don't want to start Fusro dying everything. I keep when I first got back into Can I jump down from here? It's probably not a great idea. When I first got back into Skyrim and I was like relearning some of the controls, I mixed up what the trigger buttons do on the controller. And when I tried to sprint in the middle of town, I instead shouted down a zillion guards who all happened to be lined up like bowling pins. And I had to reload. I was like, well, sometimes that happens. I was like, force! Get some elf fruit. Royal elf fruit, let's go. So you need to pick up stuff to be able to craft like potions and letter in an empty home. Brithis, I know you escaped with the other mages, and I know you'll come here. Father told you that if you ever strayed, he'd put you down himself. If you're here, you know he's dead, but I'm not. I'll be killing apostates and waiting for you at Old Fenix Place to the north. I've got Father's sword and my true brothers in the Templars. Come if you're man enough. Woohoo!
Interesting reading. Could be worth a look.
Big old chest. Got schematics. So you tend to what's the word? You get herbs, and the herbs that you gather tend to be used for either making potions for your loadout or enhancing potions that you already have. And then there's like different types of textiles, so you can also gather like metals, and the metals tend to be used for making weapons and attachments for your weapons and heavy armor. And then you can get textiles that are more like cloth, and those are used for more like robes, and you can also get leather. And so it's sort of, you have a whole bunch of crafting you can do, but you also need to get the schematics in order to unlock.
Mother Giselle cannot be far.
Look at my map right now. In order to unlock new stuff to craft. No! Skyrim! So there's another camp here. So you wanna, this map's pretty big, but you can, anything where there's a tent like this, you can go and establish a camp there. And that's just where you can like rest and restore your potions and everything. These are side quests. The diamonds are side quests. These little spiky boys are rifts that you can close, so they have like demons pouring out of them. This is Red Cliff up there. That's a town that actually has like a big part in Dragon Age Origins. It was really exciting when I played Inquisition for the first time. I got like really, really amped when I realized that we were going back to Red Cliff, because I was like, oh my god, that's from Origins. Ah. Oh dear. How are we doing, fellas? This is not what you want to walk into. Oh no. Drink every time the moose uses the poison accidentally. You're all gonna die.
Protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a
You're
hand.
all gonna get alcohol poisoning.
Hold. We are not apostate.
I do not think they care, Seeker.
So what does he have? Okay, so here's cloth, lamb's wool. And you can see that depending on what slot you put it in when you're making armor, it gives different... Oh, we're still fighting, I guess. It gives different effects. Can we see the tower from here? We're not in the fade! Or you mean Red Cliff? I don't know. Thought you meant the city for a second, sorry. Red Cliff. That would be north. I don't think we can see them.
We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Shush! Who did what?
Be ready. More coming our way.
Really? Ugh. Wait, where are they coming? Oh, here they are. I like that both the mages and the Templars are fighting us. Like, if your enemy is fighting me... Ugh. Who? Varric is just short range point blanking that dude in the back. Forgot how tanky some of the armor boys are. The enemy of my enemy is also my enemy. This guy lives on the ground right now. The Mage's Tower? Oh yeah. I'm not sure. What direction would that be?
That's the end of it.
Just covered in blood.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle.
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
Not through any choice of mine.
We seldom have much say in our fate, I'm sad to say.
So you agree with them?
I don't presume to know the Maker's intentions, for any of us. But I did not ask you to come simply to debate with me.
Then why am I here?
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
You want me to appeal to them?
If I thought you were incapable, I wouldn't suggest it.
Will they even listen?
Let me put it this way.
I feel like the camera's getting closer every time.
I just need some of them to doubt. The power is the unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
Thank you.
It's good of you to do this.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call as they will listen to no other. You could.
Nice meeting you too, Derek.
Force that will deliver us or destroy us.
This
I will
slow zoom in
and provide Sister Liliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
All right. Oh, I am hurting.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
Whoa! There's also landmarks, these little triangle thingies on the map that you can claim. And it gives you some lore. It gives you some lore, in this case, a stanza of a poem. Yeah, wait, where is Lake Calenhad on the... No! Where is Lake Calenhad on the map? There's the horsies. So if Redcliffe is here... Maybe I can... Yeah, it would be... up here, right? So it'd be north and west. Shot, 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 shot. So it'd be like that way? I don't know if I can see it yet. Probably have to get past this big chunky mountain in front of me. Hold on, let's see if I can sneaky. I can level up though. I'm just trying to rush my grappling hook. I forgot about this lady.
I have heard stories about you, Herald of Andraste. I am Enchanter Elendra. I hope you find a way to end this foolish war.
If you're a mage, why aren't you with the rebel mages?
I was an enchanter in the College of Equitarians. We wanted tolerance, not war. By rights, I am sworn to join the rebels. But I had friends among the Templars. I will not fight them. I know my own strength. I have no fear of demons. I will keep to myself and harm none.
Farewell.
Good day.
So there's like a billion. It was really funny because when I first started Dragon Age Inquisition, all of my friends who I'd been talking to about the first couple of Dragon Ages, like Origins and 2 and stuff as I was playing them, they're like, do not try and do all of the side quests when you reach a new area for the first time because you're going to get overwhelmed. And I was like, but I love side quests. And so I actually did just like mainline side quests every time I got to a new area, and it didn't like progress the story or anything. And that's why I think my first playthrough took me like 200 hours to complete or something. But I have 0 regrets.
You there? Can you help my wife? Please.
My wife, she's very sick.
She gets sick.
Oh no, she is.
Catch her breath like cobwebs in her lungs. Our son Hindle makes a potion that lets her breathe. He's the only one who can make it, but he's joined that cult in the hills. Please get to him and tell him what's wrong. Without that potion, she'll die.
Okay. How over-leveled were you by the end of it? I was ridiculous. I was ridiculously over-leveled. I mean, I was over-leveled pretty early in the game because I just kept grinding and I kept doing a million side quests and I wanted to, you know, get all the landmarks and find all the codex stuff. So I was just doing like all of the side stuff. So even like halfway through the game when a boss would pop up, I would just obliterate. I would melt them and I was like, okay, well... Oh god.
Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
This is the most standing man emoji pose I've ever seen. Wow, she looks so mad. She's like, can you believe that? Are you seeing this shit?
You were concerned about refugees starving.
Yes. Many of them brought food, but they expected to be home by now, or safe in the city. There's a hunter up the hill who had some ideas.
Some ideas?
Is there anything we can do to help people deal with the cold?
I asked the Inquisition to send blankets. You'd think I was asking for a wagon of raw lyrium. A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what we can bring in last. If you have
Why
any
asserting dominance right now?
What other problems do these refugees face?
We've got some injuries that go beyond stitches and elf fruit. I know healers are in short supply. But if you can find someone in Redcliffe to help us, it would save a lot of lives.
Tell me of the Horsemaster.
Getting horses for the Inquisition.
Horsemaster Dennett. He lives on a farm to the west. Tough old fella. We haven't heard from him. Best we can tell, he's holed up until the Mages and Templars are done killing each other.
Farewell.
And you as well.
Stabilizers by ceiling fade. Yeah. Oh. 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 Onward. Jump. I'll never jump. Recruit Whittle!
Thank you.
Where are their coats?
What do you need to keep these refugees warm?
Blankets, warm clothes, all of it. These poor sods lost everything when the Mages and the Templars went crazy. If we were in a village, I could just pinch a blanket off a clothesline and be fine. Out here, I'm sure the apostates have plenty of supplies, just haven't been able to find them.
Farewell.
Fancy you.
Uh-oh, I see. There's a monster on the radar. Hold on. There we go. That probably fixed it. Yeah, okay, we're good now. Well, it was nice while it lasted. Stunting on the hunters.
The apostates have gone mad with power.
I see just as many Templars.
Yeah, Solus is like, don't at me. That's a rough place to be frozen in.
We should move on. Uh-oh. We can only restore order by securing an alliance.
Whoa. Sheesh. Is Solus in any of the other games? So no. But one thing that's really cool is that in Dragon Age Origins, one of the songs that plays during the credits is like a song in ancient Elvish. And that song kind of comes back. It comes back in this game, but it's translated for the first time. And a bard sings it in the tavern. And it's actually kind of a song about Solus. And so, like, it's sort of has like a song about him in the first, technically in the credits of the first game. But you don't really know what it means until this game, because you don't get the translation. Who wants some? We all good? We all good? Can I actually do War Table? Oh, I almost just pushed the button again. Can I do War Table missions now? Jump just before talking to anyone, get it in every conversation. Oh yeah, and you get mounts too. So there's a bunch of different mounts. There's like different types of horses. There's like some Dracolisks. They're like wingless dragon guys. There's a giant Nug. The golden Nug. What else is there? There's a horse that has a sword plunged up through its head, so it sort of looks like a unicorn. Let's see, there's a couple really cool mounts.
Your kind killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
He's the best.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the conclave?
God!
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
I don't believe I'm Andraste's herald any more than you do, Chancellor.
That laudable humility won't stop the Inquisition from using a misconception when it suits them.
The Inquisition claims only that we must close the breach or perish.
You say that now, Commander. We shall see if the sentiment remains true.
Cullen, why is he here? So nuds are these like the dwarves keep them. They're kind of like big rodents, but the Nug mounts have these like horrifying, like almost human-like hands because they're so big, and they're very distressing mounts. Chicken nugs. I think people do eat them.
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay.
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
I'll make sure they see reason in Val Royeaux.
I pray you're right.
Yeah, do I have war table missions already? Are they big mole rats? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, pig-sized naked mole rats. With extremely upsetting human-like hands. Okay, so the operations, you now have access to missions. Mission operations take time and bring the Inquisition resources and rewards. Only one mission per advisor can be active at a time. Some missions have a preferred type, which results in less time required when undertaken by the associated advisor. Missions may also provide different rewards depending on which advisor completes them. So sometimes you kind of got to figure out, like, who to send on stuff, because in some cases, even if somebody has, like, if it's going to take, like, Cullen less time to do something than Liliana, it's not always the right.
Did you see the message I sent? Yes, thank you.
They're not, he's not necessarily the right person to send, because Liliana would do something more in a more subtle way, and it will like open up more quests, whereas like if you send Cullen, even if he's the fastest one on the mission, he'll like they'll like kill everybody on accident or something. So like this is a good example. I think if you send Cullen to this, I think everyone dies. Yeah, my troops can deliver news of your city. So yeah, he's the one who takes the least amount of time, but I'm pretty sure everybody dies. Hard in Hightown 3, Varric's Revenge. Ruffles, I need a favor. Actually, let's call it a loan. Since I'll pay it back, I got a letter from my editor in Kirkwall today. She tells me that Hard in Hightown 3, the repuncheoning, appeared in print from an Antivan printer a couple weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. I had my contacts in the Merchants Guild look for the author a couple years back. The best they could find out after spending a couple hundred gold was that Piral Bellenforth is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You've got contacts with the Antivan print houses. Maybe you could find out more than the guild. I could ask a friend in Antiva City to look into this matter, I suppose. Or if this author has evaded the Merchants Guild, the Crows might be a better choice for investigating him. So I'm gonna send Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
Let's see what we have. And then you can open up, you need certain power levels to open up new areas. Gather coin. More power. The Tairn of Highever wishes to convey our deepest sympathies on the death of Divine Justinia V. The Most Holy was incomparable in her wisdom and dedication to peace, and we had high hopes that her conclave would succeed. We will hold a vigil in Highever in remembrance of Justinia and cordially invite the Inquisition to attend. I think I send the Honor Guard. Your Inquisition says it's for order against chaos, reason in darkness. If you stand by this, come forth and drive the heretics from my lands. They claim to be refugees, but I have seen elves and apostates among them, filthy savages tearing at our roots. Our monarch refuses to send forth armies, and my own knights were decimated at the conclave. I require your aid to return peace to my lands. Prove your loyalty, and I will see you richly rewarded for your faith. Let us send a polite refusal and nothing more. We can take advantage of his raving. My spies can harass the refugees. Oh no. And then Cullen is like, we could send a few patrols, but I would prefer they help the refugees. Yeah, I think this one is best done by Josephine. Because an elven scribe delivers the message.
At your service.
Do I have any? Yeah. Required power 4. So you send out, and they take like real-time minutes. So I don't know if you can check from here, but. Ugh. So you can see that, hold on, zooming in. You can see that this is gonna take 10 more minutes, real time. So you basically come back here, you send out your boys.
Could you try not to antagonize him?
If I offend the man so easily, perhaps he should try leaving me alone.
So you basically send out your boys, then you go out and do stuff in the field, and eventually it'll say like Cullen has returned to the war table, or Cullen is ready to report, or something like that, and then you come back and get the goods, and then send them out again. But there's also perks. I don't know if I can look at them. Oh, I can look at them right now. When you get Inquisition perks, and you can get these sort of like wide-ranging bonuses. So they open up, you can open up new dialogue options. So if you get underworld knowledge, it opens up new dialogue options related to criminal activities. If you get arcane knowledge, it opens up new dialogue options related to the Fade or arcane studies. Opens up new dialogue options related to nobles and politics. And opens up new dialogue options related to history and the chantry. So that just gives you more options for when you're talking to people, and in some cases, like, these help out a lot. Like, you can sway people to your side or get better outcomes in certain conversations just by having the right. So those are the ones that I always try to open up all the dialogue option ones first. But you can also just sometimes get some really cool lore stuff just by having these open, because you can chat with people about things. But you also, so let's see, 5% increase in XP. %10 chance to receive extra herbs with each harvest. Grants a significant increase to the discovery range of the searching action. Oh, I forgot about the searching action. Wait a minute. I'm sure it popped up on the screen and I completely ignored it. Increase inventory capacity by 15. Yes. More potion slots. Gain 1 combat ability point. So it's actually kind of interesting because a lot of these systems are also in, is this? I feel like it was pushing, there it is. So that's the beep-boop that reveals treasure and stuff that you can interact with. Beep-boop. But I feel kind of like a lot of these systems sort of got brought forward into Mass Effect Andromeda, because there's a lot of the same, like you earn points in order to get perks and for like by sending people out on missions and all that. Like all of that stuff is in Andromeda, and I feel like it's all sort of they grabbed it from Dragon Age. But I was one of the like 2 people who really liked Andromeda. So. no bias. Ugh. Oops, hold on. Mama Moose is texting me again. She is telling me what sort of mattress to get for this daybed that I don't need. What a total lord. I think I am actually gonna wrap it up though, cause I do got some stuff to do today, but this is fun. This is fun getting to mess around in Inquisition and talk Dragon Age, but I hope between my lore stream yesterday and a little bit of Inquisition action today, I hope people are interested in Dragon Age, because I want people to talk to me about Dragon Age. Please, I have no one to talk to about this. But let me see before I run off. Let me see, is Kuruko still on? Is Kuruko still on? Kuruko. Yeah, she is. There she is. Let's go. So I'm gonna raid Kuruko, my beloved. But thank you guys so much for coming to Dragon Age Inquisition and coffee. I need another cup. I need to go find the cup that I misplaced earlier. It's around here somewhere, I'm sure. But I love Dragon Age so much. Please play Dragon Age. Play Dragon Age. Play Dragon Age. And I'm still figuring out my schedule for this week, but or maybe I'm not. Maybe I figured it out already. I can't remember. Maple Inquisition raid. Maybe I figured it out. Is it at least in a sealed container? No, it's in a regular mug, but I misplaced it earlier, so I gotta go find it. But I'll see you guys. I think my first stream this week is on Tuesday, I think. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy Kuruko, and have a good night or a good morning or a good afternoon or whatever it is wherever you are. And oh, Sue. Moose. Oh, I didn't even start the raid yet, though. Oh, it's a moose in 6 seconds, in 5 seconds, in 4 seconds, in 3 seconds, in 2 seconds, in 1 second. Oh, it's super staring contest. Ah!